What up? What up? What up? What up? How everybody doing? It's your boys, Zook and Doughboy, back for another night of virtual racehorse shenanigans. Talk about some V2 with PhotoFinish, was I'm super excited about. I know a lot of people have been waiting for it. It's been a day. I can't say people have circled because we haven't known the exact date for too long, but an
maybe a
exciting
little
day.
bit longer than most people wanted to wait, but you can't rush perfection, and I'm all right with them taking their time getting this out of here. So it's been live for a little bit. It looks pretty exciting. We got more features to go through.
I'm trying to find music, but like every room we go into, the music is different. So what's this?
I kind of like that bop you just had on. It's like an old, like, early gangster style. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, this one's also fine, you know? But yeah, big night. We got another guest.
Okay.
Sitting in the back, chilling. We
Yeah,
gotta find a
this is
race
dope.
for our horse to get into. But yeah, it's gonna be a good night. We're hitting all the socials right now, get the crowd built up, and then we're gonna roll into this.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you normally watch on Twitter, but for some reason Twitter isn't connecting to the StreamYard right now, so we'll see if that works. But let's just bring them up. No reason to have them wait in the back while we're waiting for some of these races to go off.
No real intro needed, honestly.
Mr. Cummings, how you doing, sir?
Welcome you.
What's up? What's up?
Good to see you again. I'm still working with this. The music's a little...
I'm gonna say pop it down like there. That's probably perfect.
All right, there we go. Yeah, then we can turn it up during the race. So anything happened for you today, sir?
No, just reading, the news.
Just getting ready for Monday Night Football, fantasy.
Yeah.
You got any fantasy matchups still left?
No, nobody's alive. So not much going on. Same old.
A lot of big horse racing news for a Monday, but honestly, the biggest horse racing news probably comes from the metaverse in 2.0 going live today. 2.0 just launching with extra features, big changes. I think that's at the top of our list. So that's kind of nice. Flightline retiring and getting a little percentage sold off for this stuff. We can worry about that another day. Let's worry about the now. PhotoFinish Live 2.0. Let's get into it.
Yeah, right. It's been a big day. I mean, obviously, any launch day is full of stress and excitement. Just as soon as you wake up, like just glued to the Slack channels and sorry, I'm eating right now. Just kind of like finishing all the stuff, and it's like 11. We're like, all right, we're ready to launch, and then it's like something goes wrong. Shit, 11:30. Okay, I'm gonna jump in a meeting. Oh shit, still not ready. So it pushed a little bit longer than I thought, but it's super awesome seeing the reaction so far. Everybody jumping right in. It's pretty fun. It's got plenty of bugs, and we knew, but it's running quite well. So
you gotta expect it, right? Like you expect it's not going to be perfect, and like I think that was the big thing. It's like people were, I monitor Discord every once in a while, and like people were upset, like just launch it now, Like if you launched it a month ago when people wanted it, we wouldn't be playing the game right now because y'all be shutting down to fix things. So now, like you saw what you could fix. Now launch it, and now we can fix the minor things that we missed. Just add the extra salt to taste. Now we're at that point. So
it's always that's one of the hardest things is balancing that. Like, what are you okay shipping with? It's okay to be embarrassed by something, to know that it's not done, but when do you need to go out anyway? And so a lot of we spent a good few months refactoring a lot of stuff. This is after June, and there were all these times where it was like, God, we're not going to finish until March, and so it was like kind of a sobering moment of like, holy shit, we're never going to have this crown staking done. We're never going to all these things that we had talked about, and it was like, okay, you know what? Let's just let's figure out what is the core minimum viable version of what does V2 offer, which was really wagering and these different types of races so that people could compete at different levels, and let's just get all that shit ironed out and let's go from there. So yeah, we're probably a little farther along than I would prefer. I guess I would have rather done less and launched it earlier, but it's pretty polished, feels pretty good. So I'm happy with it.
And there's a few things that we'll get into. The biggest differences between what we all knew and became very accustomed to and liked with V1 and all the new stuff that we're going to play with tonight on V2. The one thing for the 2 minutes right now, and obviously we'll touch on it a lot more after we watch this race, but can you touch on fleet points a little bit? I'm not like Doughboy where like my intro to the horse racing world was through virtual horses and games. So like I don't have a background in like scoring systems, how different horses are rated and how people would be able to read those ratings to understand it. So from like a general level, to me, someone who literally just explained they know nothing when it comes to horses stats, what are fleet points and what are you hoping that fleet points solve for the gamers and the users of PhotoFinish?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's called Fleet Figures.
Fleet figures, sorry.
It's funny you say that. Like, you were probably a sports game fan.
Yep.
Or you played Madden or you played NBA 2K or whatever. And that's somewhat of the actual reasoning that we went with the fleet figures is, previously in the last version, you did see a lot of their stats, their speed, their start, their heart, their temper, their, whatever. You saw he's a B+ in that, he's an S in that, he's a, A- in this. Number one, that was very solvable. Like people, when they saw that much data about the horse, they could pretty quickly surmise, oh, this is the kind of races he's good at. And when it came to like, you guys even hosting streams where people would bet just on their own, these guys were hitting 80-90% success rate on the wagering. And so it was solvable, and at the same time it was really obtuse. So like you guys got used to it, but imagine that first moment when you walked in and you're like, an S? What is an S in temper? And having to kind of like, over time go, okay, well, let's see, S finish means he's going to be a good closer. As long as his heart is an A or above, it's just very obscure, but people got used to it, and you start to figure it out, and that's okay. But the idea for fleet figures was basically like we got to hide all that genetic info about those attributes because that's too much data. People can do too much with it, and that sort of breaks. That's very interesting in a breeding game, but it's not nearly as interesting in the racing part of the game.
Very true.
And we thought, well, there is a similar construct in real life, but I actually thought much more of it, the buyer's fee figures and things Doughboy probably knows. But
I was going to mention that because I know there's some words that are off the table that we can't mention in association with certain games. Right. So I went back and I know the buyer speeds. I think obviously that's how I use for determining my bets in horse racing or if the horse is good enough. But yeah, I didn't know if that was one of the words that we couldn't use. So I was waiting for you.
Yeah, we wanted to. No, it's fine. We just wanted to brand our own because it's not the same as buyer or anything.
No, it's not. But I guess very different.
But to claim, I guess the difference there is like to your question, Zook. It's like you were used to 99 OVR being a good thing in Madden, or in whatever. And it's like there was always the scale of either 35 or 40 or whatever at the minimum, 99 at the maximum. Everyone got on the same page. It was very simple and easy to understand when you see two horses together. That was sort of the idea. Can you easily compare them at the top level, even though there's all this stuff down and below? It's not super perfect. It's not an absolute amazing representation. But at the very top level, you could look at this and go, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds good. He's running 98. He's running 84s. So that was really the top level idea, I suppose, was to get it so that you could break down at a very simple level. Oh, he's been running 80s. That's not as good as a horse that's been running 90s. And then all the strategy and depth can be in like digging through their past performances and all this other stuff. Was he running on the right condition? Did they run him while he was exhausted? Is he too old? There's a lot to learn. But at the top level, it's maybe easier for people to understand. So it's kind of a weird blend. It's like we took away all these things that the beta V1 community had become accustomed to determine how good a horse is before they enter him into a race or before, pre-race. but at the same time, we tried to make it better and easier to understand if they're good. So, we'll see how it plays out. I know there's already some good feedback in the Discord about, well, maybe it's good, but I need to see more analytics on it. Like what exactly did he run? How many furlongs was that 64 that he ran? Was it dirt? Was he on preference or off? There's certain things like that would help people kind of break it apart. But yeah, it's that's the idea though, I suppose, is to boil it back up to be something easier to understand than trying to read 6 letter grades.
I would agree with all of that. As someone who plays games, like you said, such as Madden, I'm used to that overall score, and knowing that an 84 isn't always going to be better than a 79, but understanding in the general sense what it means can be truly helpful. Here, down the stretch,
I
in
will
the
say
12
this.
furlong, Harlequin, the favorite,
I will say this.
won this race. Wow.
We just saw a feature that we didn't see in V1. We've never seen horses close and come off the pace and win like that as often. It was always very scarce, but that is one of the things I was looking forward to with the update. Which I really
Same
like.
here. Yeah, a big change really. Part of the track, a couple of the changes was that we always made sure the finish line is in the right spot. In V1, it was it would move all over the place. So it's always at the end of the stretch. And then it was okay, we got to get these races to be more exciting. I think right now we'll probably see some tonight that are probably too exciting. There's just too much change. But we're going to dial it in. It's way more fun to watch now than it was.
Yeah, let's get into this. Let's get it's sunny. It's in a minute. It's 7 out of 10 horses registered for 9 furlongs, left dirt.
Mm-hmm. So if you go back to that before you click in, if you click on the wagering tab there, you can see if anybody's put any money. Scroll down a little bit. Next to entrance, up.
Yeah, it was just on.
It says entrance.
This is a live tutorial for everyone.
I wish I could draw on your screen, but if you move your mouse up about.
Oh yeah.
There you go. So you can see here, this is we're gonna move this onto that main page. It's not there yet.
Oh, this is
you can
nice.
See here
okay.
That, there's been 10 grand on the 3. There's 5 grand on the 1. It's all this works just like real life. This one is a couple of people don't realize this yet. A lot of people don't, and maybe Doughboy, this would be your way to clean up. A lot of people on our Discord, I've realized, do not understand how show pools and place pools work, and so they'll put 10 grand, like this person did. They put 10 grand on the 3 to show, and now whoever this big brain is has gone in and put $2 on every horse to show. And so now, no matter what, he's taking that 10 grand for the guy that put the 10 grand on 3.
I was telling Zook about this when we were at our meetup in Saratoga because we went to the harness races, and I told the harness race.
There's no money in those, yeah, right.
There's no money in it, but those are very easy to manipulate. Now that my face isn't on the stream. But yeah, I was telling him, I was like, you have to watch because not all the money comes in at the same time. But obviously, with this game, you'll be able to see. There is no waiting for the other tracks to get their numbers in.
But it is coming in real time. Mm-hmm.
But that was one thing I told him to watch for. I was like, if you ever see an absurd amount of money in the show pool for no reason, if it doesn't make sense to you, try and target that race to bet because
take the field.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, we've been seeing a lot of people crush that, and then they'll post in Discord of I put 10 grand down and only won. I got 5 back. How did I lose on a winning bet? And it's like, well. It's pari-mutuel. It's like you got to understand how it works.
It is a very different style of betting than the general person who says they're a gambler, but they're just and they are, but they're just throwing, $50 on a spread bet on NFL Sunday. They don't understand what this means. They think if they bet 50 no matter what, it's a horse race. There's 8 horses. That should be at the minimum, $400 return. They don't understand how lines move, what they actually get it at. How the amount that people are actually putting in and where it lands on the different horse actually structures how much someone can actually take home. So I think a lot of people are going to learn on the fly. That's what I know about this space. So I think we're going to have some cool stories in the Discord of people coming in, hopefully both ways. Hopefully some people not understanding how they won so much, but I'm sure a ton of people that are going to be like, I just won a horse race and I bet 50 and I only got back so-and-so. How does that make any sense?
It's a lot. Go ahead, Dean.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say, the one thing that I was looking at TVG today to like make sure we didn't do anything different or how did it go, and one thing that they typically do is on your bet ticket they show, your what's gonna return as a range, and so I think that would help people a lot. They put 10 grand down and they show range of reward as $0 to $1,000. They might be like, wait, what? Like, why would
Yeah. It's it's the weird thing too, is because all that information has always been available. It's always there. It's just the average person who walks into a racetrack for the first time, they have zero clue what any of that stuff means.
Yep.
Because there is a chart, they call them the will pays. And you can do the math on your exactas, on your your pick threes, your doubles. It will give you an estimate of what it should pay. But the average, like if I tell Zook, go find me the will pay on the pick 3 from race 6 to 9, like, or 6 to 8, like, he's gonna look at me like, what? No, you go do that shit. I ain't doing that. I don't even know what that means. But I noticed TVG started adding that to their slips, which does help. But to touch on the gambling aspect again, it's like a sports gambler who's getting Saturday and Sunday college and NFL, like, their odds aren't changing, and that's why they make those bets. Some of my sports betting friends, I'm like, yo, you want to go to the racetrack? They're like, no, because I lose odds. Like, if I put my bet in at 10 to 1 and the horse goes off 4 to 1n, like that's still
that is hard
fine, but it's not what they like. They like to know. But like that's why horse racing to me is it's a whole monster in its own. But especially on the gambling point, like, there's a lot of intricate ways to place a bet and to understand.
I want to listen to this one with theater on.
Theater just means it's like half full screen. Yeah, there's no theater audio.
No, sorry, not theater. Sorry, I want to listen to the next race with audio on because the audio sounded loud.
Is that one of the updates? Also, you guys are working on the audio.
Yeah, it's not like fully fixed. We'll probably roll out a fix or two tomorrow. There's some like weird timing, but it's definitely better. There's a gate bell and people cheering, gallops and stuff. So it's at least something instead of silence.
That's probably one of the high points is when the bell releases and the gates open. That loud crash and then the ringing of the bell.
It was hard to get that sound effect going, and then there's a bugle. The bugle that we have is like my new EA Sports. It's in the game. It's like now I've heard it 4,000 times. It drives me insane. It's like PTSD.
I can imagine from your end you don't enjoy hearing that, but every time I fired up PlayStation, it's in the game.
You just get hyped, and I'm shaking,
That's fair.
So.
That's fair.
I think I saw a TikTok with the guy that was his voice. That people just love going up to him and making him do that.
Say the line. Say the line.
If that's your thing, like.
Who do you? So I just wanted to look at the crew here. So YSM has been absolutely destroying people.
Yeah, 7 for 7.
Big Brain, of course, is. Yep. Ard League. He always has these weird names, though, huh? That's the Van Shitter owner, right?
Did you ban the Morse code names, or are those still allowed?
I told people manually I'm going to change names if they do some of that stuff, at least for this beta. I mean, I get it. I see why they do it, but it is annoying.
It's easy to run spreadsheets that way.
Yeah. You gonna call this one, Zook, or are you still working your way out? All right.
10 horses leave the gate here in the Hoosier Maiden, 6 furlongs left, dirt, soft. Metaphor Farms. That horse from that stable in first, followed by Big Brain and Balthazar. 2 horses named unnamed, sandwiching 1 horse named Just in Time. That 8 horse moving towards the rail, taking the lead. In this race, left is lost. Soon they will begin leaning left. Unnamed Mare 1, again sandwiching Just in Time with Unnamed Mare 2. Red Hot Mama and Soy Fun now approaching the top of the leaderboard. Ardley from YSM trying to make it 7 for 7. If the race ended right now, it would be on the podium, but that's not good enough. This 8-horse unnamed mare has put on quite the performance, but down the stretch, here comes Ardley to take it for YSM Stables. And to start the Beta V2 Bonanza 7 for 7. YSM and Ardley from the 4 spot. Coming around the final turn to steal it from Unnamed Mare 1.
It was good. You're getting there, and you were on the bench
Each.
for a little bit. You know?
I guess he
Yeah.
likes V2, right?
Mm-hmm. Man.
There's a question from chat if you want to touch on it, Ian.
Oh yeah, changes to the track visuals. Yeah, you know, a lot of stuff's still in progress. But I mean, even if you're looking at that video there, you can see we've tried to address a lot of the lighting conditions and the track conditions. I mean, a big change that obviously the community dealt with for months was really just the way that weather dictated the track condition. It was just kind of a coin flip between soft and firm based on whether it was cloudy or raining or not. And so, you know, big change was just let's kind of step back and do what we've always wanted to do, which is kind of 5 different grades of
Ooh,
Act-
shit, I'm ugly.
oh, it's just
That was astounding because that was my natural reaction. Shit, I'm ugly. Damn. I gotta go talk to someone. That's what my natural reaction is. All right, so
yeah, so basically having to
yeah.
figure out the different types of track conditions. So, you know, we started with fast, good, you know, yielding, soft, and sloppy. And so then starting from there, we basically, you know, had to do that for turf and grass. And we redid all the proportions of the track to get them like dialed in and perfect. There were some spots that were weird. It didn't match up. The horses were actually a little bit too large compared in the previous build, like in terms of their height. They were about 20% taller than, you know, in millimeter kind of measurement for them. So we just try to get everything like absolutely perfect on that side because it was just almost there, but slightly off and messing us up a little bit. And then the lighting and weather conditions had to get changed to match that. So like if you did see a sloppy track, you know, we wanted to make sure that there was good reflections in the dirt, you know, or whatever. And so we kind of fine tooth comb every single one of those on lighting and weather and track. But what we're in progress on, of course, is the future race courses. You know, this is still only one course, the Third Time Raceway. I always make the joke, the Third Time Raceway, casino, dog track, poker room. It's just, it does it all. And that's just the first one. So we've got, you know, a sort of a mountain ocean one in progress. We've got one that's sort of a little closer to Happy Valley sort of feeling. Yeah, why is the landscaping shit? Yeah, there's a few like 3D grass things that are off. You know, we're just kind of working our way through. But yeah, overall, it's just one of those things that's kind of constant. You know, we always just make little fixes here and there, tweak and tune. You can see we add some crowd back in. I mean, they're not animating yet or anything, but at least there's people in the stands. Just kind of, you know, followed back over with sort of that version 2 polish pass, and then we'll do another one. You know, just keep it going.
So the one thing we'll have to do on the next race, let's do a walkthrough on how to place a wager.
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure it out the last 2 races, and I can't for the life of me figure it out.
Yeah, we do know that it needs to be better. I have the same exact problem, I'm sure. Like, I just click on the horse because I want to bet on him, and I can't.
That's what I was trying to do. I was just clicking everywhere I possibly could.
Yeah, that's annoying. There's a big place wager button right above it. That's how you do it. But yeah, we'll get there. Canaveral. Oh, yeah, where's everyone?
This is another thing I know y'all implemented was the
4 horses.
The restrictions. So this is Philly's
12
own.
furlongs. We'll try and keep it interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Philly's
Table
only.
names are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Long Destiny, Morning's Glory, Frontline, Sister, Roaring Duck.
Oh, Flightline Sister's my horse. Right.
Long Destiny, a huge underdog at 100 to 1 odds.
Yeah, all the money's on the 1. Roaring Duke
Has the lead right now in this 4-horse race, jockeying back and forth with Morning's Glory. Time is struck where that horse is now in the lead. Those two separated by quite a few lengths from Flightline Sister and Roaring Duck. Flightline Sister, though, making her way towards the front. Morning's Glory.
Bye.
Slowly falling. Long Destiny staying strong, but Flightline Sister. There goes that girl, baby. Leaning right, moving faster than the other 3. What was once a 4-horse race is slowly becoming a 1-horse race. Is this going to be one of the most impressive athletic feats we've seen in Web 2.0, Web 3.0, in real life. Light line sister. But no, wait. Morning's Glory says not so fast with 12 furlongs. You know something like this can happen. One more time, these horses will lean right in unison. And as I say, it's a 2-horse race. It's now a 3-horse race. Roaring up that red horse looking to be the one to catch the sister. But that sister moving faster than the rest doesn't have enough to take. It was a 1-horse race, then it was 2, then it was 3, now it's 4 down the stretch. Light line sister being chased by Morning's Glory. I don't think it's gonna be enough. The final 3 all took their chance, but Light line sister was stronger than the field.
Would have been rich. I would have been
Lost
rich.
stable. Wow. A 4-horse race, I wanted to call that one because I thought a 4-horse race over 12 furlongs could be cool like that.
They're really not. But I'm glad you
When I
got excited
saw the
about it.
odds,
It's not to me because I've seen him in real life and I hate him. But as a race caller, I'm sure you could have fun with it.
like, I've never, like, when I was looking at the odds before the race, it looked like all the horses were somewhat similar, that I was like, hey, maybe this can be like a wonky race. I also think in a 4-horse race, you have more of that time where like there can be elongated spaces between them that now close because you don't have 12 that are making up, those. So like from a visual side, it's really cool. Obviously, we want as many people as possible to fill the races. We're in 1 minute, Doughboy.
Is this the beginning of a race?
Yep.
Oh, I want to bet all the money I have on our horse.
Okay, yeah. So there, place wager.
Some people already have.
Oh, there. Oh, so hold on. All right. So that wasn't there when I was looking.
Up a little
it was
bit.
Also a minute to post. So does that go away?
Yeah.
All right. Now we're good.
Okay, so betting closes in 1 minute. Okay.
Yeah, so you got to hurry if you wanted to put some cash. I mean, there's not much money on there on the 4, but if you wanted to throw, they're all already on you. So that's a shame.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put. Always wanted to bet on my own horse and win.
150,000.
I mean, I kind of want to pick the field against you real quick.
Honestly, you probably should.
It's not the distance. So it wouldn't be a terrible bet.
Tina was a real stud, though, right? I mean, she was.
No, she's good. She's an S- that could hang with S's. So like she's good, but if there was a distance to catch her on, it would be a quick sprint.
And this is left turf. Yeah, she's definitely winning. Well,
Stens has his calculator out, projecting EV on gambling on the other horses right now, watching us put all this money on Zucchina. 16 seconds.
I'll try and throw in on the big brain filly just for the odds. I'll throw in 10 G's to give you a little liquidity.
I'm just upping my wager on Zucchina to 50K. Fuck it.
She's taking my 10. You're already taking my 10. It doesn't matter.
I put 2 bets. That's kind of dope, honestly.
This is 4 furlongs. I'm fine with this because Zook doesn't understand this, but the first maiden races to fire, the 2-year-old maiden races to fire IRL, they're always 4 furlongs.
Yeah, really short.
It probably takes like 2, maybe a month and a half, 2 months into the 2-year-old season before long, like a mile plus races even come into effect. Yep. So like, I like where we're starting.
We're not even the favorite season. Though.
That's fine.
Yeah, you are.
No, what's
the
the
morning line? Morning line. Oh, so Wedding Cake had a little bit of Wedding Cake. The reason that the morning line we try to make purposely not super smart. It uses the previous results. So Wedding Cake ran before, right? You can see.
We got a first time starter here.
Yeah, as a show.
Yeah, she ran an 83 fleet figure too. So like, that's pretty good. And you're untested. That they know that your parents are strong in terms of the handicapper or the morning line guy. He's staying up late, coffee, whiskey, trying to write it in. So you never know how accurate he is.
You want to talk that horse up, so it takes some
some people Hollywood just threw in 10K.
Good. Bet it all on Wedding Cake.
Yo, this wagering side of it has just changed like everything when it
We don't
comes
have to yell at fucking StreamBot anymore. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
That was the pain in the ass, was trying to like bet
Having
on the
this
races.
built in, this changes like the streaming side of playing a game. Wow.
Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, we've been playing it
So
for
fun, dude.
a
Like
month
I'm into
plus.
every single horse like it's mine. I know like when I gamble on a
Yeah,
sports
right.
team, like I adopt them as like my team for those 3 hours. Like die hard. I'll do that with every single horse I bet on.
Yeah. So that, I mean, it's funny money and everyone's sort of freewheeling with it. But when we do have the races that, we've done a few tests just, internally with like USDC on the line, and obviously it's just so much fun. So much fun.
Yeah.
Even at any stakes level, it's fun.
Yeah, and even with the funny money, it allows us to put a currency to our egos, right? Where we're all talking about saying we know the horses better than the rest. Now it's like, hey, check my bankroll, or hey, I'm putting this much of the funny money on this. And we're all gonna look. We're gonna be able to look at it. What's great is we go right onto the wagers, and it's not, hey, I put this amount, without being able to be checked, right? Like Doughboy said, he put 50,000 on Zucchina. I could see that he did that over here, so it's super nice.
But yeah, there's going to be two sides. There's going to be the people who are bragging because they're the top racing stables, and then there's going to be people bragging they're the top bettors in the game, in the ecosystem. Now,
and then the top breeders.
Yeah, the top breeders
there's
as well.
Legit a third whole pillar now.
Now, I don't know if it's a possibility. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Is there a world where you have handicapping tournaments through the game in the future?
I mean, everything's possible with time and money.
Obviously. It's not like we're in beta 2.0. Like that's
right,
like down the road. Like
no, I mean we talk about that a lot though. No, we talk about that type of stuff a lot though. Is like, when this thing is all settled and everything's sort of moving and cruising along, the next phase for us is obviously we'll always do feature development, but we've got to ramp up the amount of players. Like we need thousands of players, thousands of owners, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of gamblers. And so a lot of that acquisition channel is gamifying a lot of those things. The pick sixes with the jackpot progressive pool at the end, and all the like fun stuff that gets people in to try it out for like $1, and then they get hooked. And so I think tournaments, all these things that people end up doing to sort of support the wagering to have its own metagame, and rather than just like I'm going to just degen gamble on every race, I think is always worth doing. And that's what's obviously it's hooked me many a times over the years into various sites to try out stuff like that. So I'm all for it.
That's the one thing I haven't like dipped my toes into yet is a tournament. I have friends that they were just out at the Breeders' Cup. One competed in the tournament. One goes out to Vegas every year for the handicapping tournament, like the handicapping World Series that they have. That's the one thing I haven't like dipped my toes into yet. So that's next on the list. But yeah, I think it would be a dope feature. I mean, it's essentially like a mini DFS tournament for the day, kind of. You know what I mean? Like,
I think you'll start seeing people self-organize and do lots of things like that over the next coming months. And I mean, it's just again, that's our goal: just build a platform out with all the tools and tech that people need to then they can self-organize and create all kinds of cool stuff around it. But yeah, obviously the more that we build into the platform itself, I'm more bullish on. But
now I know it was part. I don't know if it's released yet, but is paid racing released for 2.0, or is that like?
Yeah, it's supported. I mean, it's supported, but like we kind of locked it. Like if you click up on that little USDC icon up in the middle, you'll see sort of, this is the on and out, in and out. As you can see, it's just turned off. But basically, you transfer USDC into this custodial wallet, and then races will show up in the list that have that as the currency. And so everything works exactly the same as it does now. You use the wagering pools exactly the same. Like everything's identical. It's just all of a sudden that icon's different, and then of course the entry fee would have been different with this thing. And then once we go live, this will probably just go away. And then Derby, that token right there, we'll stop giving it away. You'll have to buy Derby and fund your account. We'll probably give it away in, promotional stuff, but, we wouldn't be airdropping however much you have, 130 grand, worth of Derby every week. And that's when it'll become, the real money moving around. And then you can just cash it out, bring it in, cash it out kind of a thing.
I like it.
I'm visualizing the future of this game. It's This is a lot of it's a gambling game. A lot of it's a gambling game, and I love
It's a
that
gambling
part
game.
of it.
It's a breeding game. It's a racing game.
No,
It's,
but the gambling's like now I'm thinking that like when we went to Saratoga Doughboy and I was standing there with that guy and we were talking and he was like showing me how to read a book and stuff like that. Like there's just gonna be a PhotoFinish book also sold. And like people are gonna be like they don't need to know because like they can just read it the same way. So in between the 40 minutes that are going on at the track, what is that? That could be upwards of like so many different races they can choose to be able to gamble on just by using the skill. And what's the only thing that gamblers want more at the track? More races to gamble on as quick as possible. So
I think
I'm getting it.
I think to make it a level thing and not to just say horse racing in general, whatever side you decide to walk in on is a gamble as soon as you walk in. If you're looking to get your first horse, it is a gamble because you are not guaranteed that horse will make it to the track. When you put your bet in, you're not guaranteed to win. Like horse racing is definitely just a giant gamble in general. So having an edge and knowing the difference between everything is obviously a big thing. So yeah, I definitely expect to see a we call them rundowns, a rundown of like the race cards for certain races, like being able to click and like you said in the beginning, like people looking for the speeds and everything. Like if you open a real program, you get to see the race history, you get to see the past performances, you get to see the speeds, the times, and now it can show you the fleet number, right? What was it?
Yeah, fleet figure. Yeah,
fleet figure. Sorry, right. I'm still trying to glue everything in, but yeah, you'll get the fleet figure. Like you'll have all that. So
that's one of the things at least I'm and the team really on the same page about, and what we're so excited about is like, almost everyone on the team is relatively new to horse racing when they came to third time, and they've had this experience of that first bet, just like Zook seems like happened to him, of it being really hostile. It's like, what the hell do I put a show in? That's bad. It's not, so that's one of those things that we're really excited about is that like we are bringing a brand new youthful gamer audience to the sport of horse racing, and we can make these things so much more digestible. They can still be the exact same concepts, but like when you open a program to read what the fuck they're talking about is impossible. This wacky spreadsheet with all the numbers. They measure in lengths, quarter of a neck away from him. You're like, what in the world? So I think that we are super excited to basically graduate people up into the sport by them learning the ropes in an easy and friendly way. The game, they can become a horse owner without the risk of like hemorrhaging money, like what is happening to me right now. So it's just I think there's so much to it. I've told the story a lot. I'm not sure if it happened with you guys, but like I knew nothing about hockey as a kid. I couldn't see it. I couldn't watch it. It was never on TV. I was in like Nashville, Tennessee. But I learned everything from NHL on my Genesis, and so by the time I had played I knew everything about the sport by the time, so it was like, that was a Genesis game. And so now we've got the chance to bring what I think is this amazing sport, super fun, wager heavy, to an all new generation of people that, wouldn't ever have picked it up before. Anyway,
I agree with that. And that game for me was FIFA growing up. Like every time the World Cup would come around, I would know like the major players on the major country and playing the video game for the prior 4 years. But here is Zucchina in her maiden race.
Do the volume in the theater.
Bang.
Away
They're
they go.
off. Zucchina leaving a little slower than the rest. She's going to need to fasten it up. This is a short 4 furlong sprint left. They'll lean once, and Zucchina needs to pick it up. Unnamed mare being followed by Wedding Cake, being followed by Namaste. Zucchina's making a run towards the front and down the stretch. The Zucchina
bounces, baby.
On the track. There goes that baby.
Your mic is shit.
I can't even hear you, dude.
Baby.
Louses.
You
can't stand away from the computer. Your mic is terrible. That sounded like an excellent call from what I could make of it. But yeah.
You sounded excited. But yeah, we couldn't hear any of it.
Skill game, baby.
There you go. Free money.
Let me get my $1.
You stole it from us.
Let's go.
Yeah, who else bet with me? We just lost it.
She's an S- against a bunch of A's, but honestly, she was gonna do that no matter what. Like,
She's got the heart. She's got that spirit.
Wow.
Like, did we stumble? Can we see the replay? Can you go back? Because like, it looked
I
like
think I don't
either
know.
started slow or something.
Start slow.
But I don't like that. Head down, not paying attention. Hate that. No, it's just a slow.
Right.
Yeah, she broke fine. Just everyone else just
shot out
for it.
She's so fast.
22 for the opening quarter was nice. What was the finish? See now I don't expect her. So knowing the way that the grades work, IRL, like based on field strength and everything, I don't expect her to get a blistering number from this. But she did what she was supposed to do.
Wow.
43. So she went. Yeah, she picked it up the last half. So 22 and then 21 and 4.
84. Bang bang.
So that's a good number.
100,000 cash money.
Yeah, that's a good number.
There, click on that tab. I just want to see how you ran an 84. That's strong, but I want to see. Yeah, click on that barbecue maiden, and then click on the wagers tab. I just want to see what it settled as there for you. There you go. 10 G's, 10 G's.
I'm the richest man in the metaverse.
You know,
I am the richest man in the metaverse.
Did you place that bet twice, or is that that looks like a bug?
No, I placed it twice.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure what I was doing.
I did the same thing. I was like, 25K is fine. I said, you know what?
Let's go. We got another maiden. It
should be maidens all night, first night, you know?
Well, let's go to the race before, because we can place some bets. Betting closes in 1 minute. I'm getting
Did y'all change it where you have to run a maiden race first? Like you can't jump into an allowance? Right
no, I don't think so. We talked about it, but I think you could jump right into a grade 1, I think, if you want.
Okay. Then Zook, you're just a giant dummy.
Yeah, I just think I couldn't figure it out.
Sorry. We'll get there.
I'm gonna sprinkle a little on horse 6.
St. Petersburg. Oh man, 50 G's across all these pools. Oh my gosh.
Chat. I mean, listen. You don't have to have a horse to make an account. You can sign up, make an account. I think don't you start with 50,000 crowns?
Bunch of money.
I'm so hyped to have some cash money on this. Now I'm all in on horse 6.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was the old bet 50,000 to win 1.6 thousand. That's a nice bet. That's a nice bet.
Yeah, one of the things we talk about that's pretty dangerous just about the game, which is a great thing for. I mean, I love it as the gambler at heart. Is like there's so much delay in between your own races. And there's always another one going off, and you've got always that little spare change up at the top. So you're like, I might as well bet on this. I don't know shit about it, but I'll probably hit it. You know.
Agreed. Agreed.
It's dangerous.
Responsible gambling, please. Everyone,
gamble
responsibly.
We're gonna have to put that at the once we have like real stuff. We're definitely gonna have to put the 1-800 numbers on the screen and stuff.
Oh, that's nice.
Right dirt. So welcome to HRM. Looks pretty strong, but it's a handicap. So he's carrying 6 pounds. In St. Petersburg. Did you check that?
All right. So that's the other thing I was going to get to as well.
I don't even know what that means.
Have the weight. Yeah. So like I said, this is what keeps real horse racing fair to an extent.
Yep.
If you are a horse that is constantly running in allowance races and graded races, and you want to drop down to low levels, you are taxed. You get a weight tax. You have to carry more weight than the rest of the field to make it fair, we'll say.
Yep.
Or if you're say like it won't really matter much here because we don't have like jockey control, but like there's ways to navigate that from both sides. So if you know you're going to get a weight tax, you can put an apprentice jockey on your horse who carries less weight than regular jockeys. There's 10-pound jockeys, 8-pound jockeys, and 5 pounds. So as you win more,
there's 5-pound people.
I'm saying the tax.
Where are these people going?
So for instance, Zook, I'm an experienced veteran jockey.
Men?
I'm an experienced veteran jockey. You're the new knucklehead who's on the track. Welcome to HRM wants to enter this race. If they use me, they have to carry 128 pounds. All right? If they use you, they carry 118. You understand it now?
Yeah.
As you win as an apprentice,
no, I understood. Yeah.
So like, there's ways around to navigate, but with this game, it's not going to be. But that was one thing I wanted to see is the weight tax and the handicap.
Because we were Zucchina just was +4 weight, and I didn't know what that meant, but I saw that she was +4 in the last race.
Yeah, there's some weirdness sometimes because right now, like we will do these weight taxes is a great way to put it, based on age, and
Also, yeah,
so
that's
that's one way some of these allowances. If you click on the little Rex button, you'll kind of see like, oh, this is 3-year-olds get this weight allowance thing, and so yeah, it's typically the whole point is to even the playing field, right?
Yeah,
To make
makes
it so
sense.
that there's not an S- in real life coming down and beating up on a B plus. We'll continue to tune and tweak like which ones work the best. Are age ones good? Is it previous history that's good? If you've won a previous claimer or better, you add less pounds or whatever. But there's just like it's like the best part is we've spent a lot of time building nearly every combination of how it can work, and so then now we'll pick and choose like, well, which types of races do we need to create more of based on our horse population. It's such a different world when there's like 2,000 horses racing as opposed to 40 50,000 in real life. So you're trying to like figure out, okay, well, of the people that are playing right now, where do they need the most help? Who's getting screwed the most? Who needs more walled gardens to compete in, basically. So it'll just be a big part of beta is tuning and tweaking how that works. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I love when I see handicap ones show up because it's like, oh, I can grab that B out of my stable and throw them in,
Yep.
Instead of having to think, oh, well, I've got to have my absolute best in every single race. You just try. I mean, the guys in the Discord earlier was like, well, why would I ever put my good horse in a handicap? Well, sometimes that's the case, but I think we maybe have too many handicaps right now. Like there's maybe, so that's just a balance thing.
I mean, handicaps normally, so like handicap races are the step below stake races.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing. I think we have a lot of graded stake races that have handicap, which is not super common in the US. It happens in like Australia a lot. And so I think that was a lot of everyone's like, wait a minute, what are these even doing here? That doesn't make sense. Why would I be doing a handicap grade 1? And so again, we can just pull those out next season or whatever, based on how it goes. Yeah.
As it goes on, people are going to learn. Like that's what I mean. Like a lot of people, they see this as a game. They don't see it as like an in-depth game. Like a lot of people don't really pay attention to that kind of stuff, and the ones that do are the ones that are like stumped by it usually. But it's a lot. It's not just entering a race and then something happens. Like there's different classes. Like that's why I love the horse racing games that came out, like on PlayStation and everything. And like you guys released a couple nice ones. Like this one is literally just ported over from IRL. When you walk in, so when Zook walked into at Saratoga, like the first thing he did was walk to the window, put money on a horse, came up and saw us. He's like, I don't know who I bet, but I just felt like I had to put money on the horse. And then we looked at it, and I explained.
And then I lost every single race for the rest of the time.
Yeah, that's how it usually goes.
But like there's and
there was some cool claiming stuff going on in Saratoga. Some guy's horse got claimed right from underneath him, and he was screaming, and then he came back so sad, and we were like, "What happened?" He's like, "Yeah, I kind of started loving that horse, and someone down the street just took it from me." And he's like, "You know what? But I claimed her last week. I made like 30 grand off her, and now she's with someone else." So Doughboy's like, "That's the game, man. Like, can't complain about making 30 G's in a week and just shipping her down the road."
Yeah,
well, he probably paid 150, but yeah.
It was the shitty harness races, so it was
okay. It was like small.
10,000, like 10,000, then ran it back, and then someone claimed it back for 15. So I'm not going to be mad about making $5,000. I tell you that right now. That was the one thing my father taught me at a young age. Do not get attached to these horses, especially if you were in the claiming game. You're in the claiming game because you're buying low to try and get something out or trying to extract more out
stocks.
And if someone else happens to take that horse from you, you won. Like,
move on.
My first horse that I claimed was a $5,000 horse. I ran it back for $5,000. It won. I ran it back for $5,000 again, and then the same person took it back from me. So I won a race, and then I got my money back. So this is great. This game's fucking awesome. It's awesome until it's not. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't happen every day. So.
Until you're hemorrhaging money, that's when it sucks.
And I've gone through I've made. Listen, you make good claims, you make bad claims. You make good trades, you make bad ones.
Wow, hoping for a win.
I made an $8,000 claim, and it took me 3.5 months to get the horse.
This really is pleasing on the eyes to watch. Like them weave through to the front and pick up speeds, and then it's very real.
I did notice on the one race we watched that the horse was still being carried out.
Yeah,
Extremely
too wide. Yeah.
So
Same.
I know y'all mentioned,
But
like,
the way that they're
on that.
navigating through the pack now is very much more real like, and it's really cool to see.
This
Give
red.
it the
This one. No,
Not enough
quite.
for the photo finish. 7-1.
At the 1.
2. Okay, so Avant Gardner, who would have been my pick to win, shows. I think the second favorite.
The 1 was the dead favorite, I'm pretty sure.
Was the 1 the bet favorite?
I think so. I mean, I put 25K on it, so I think that's gonna help it.
Oh, the 7 was 100 to 1.
Yeah,
no way. Yeah, I couldn't get it. I couldn't get another bet, and I looked at it last minute, and I was like, I should probably put something on this one too. But yeah, we only bet win today. Could have cashed on a nice little win place, but yeah, I think this is. You know, I was in Discord last year this time, telling the boys, I was like, yo, photo finish looks nice, and now we're sitting here, and it's like. Yeah, all right, I like being right when I say something. So I look right so far, and I continue to look right. But yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed everything, you know, that we've witnessed. Even with Beta 1.0, it's like we got to go through the lifespan. We got to see what age they cut off at. We got a taste of breeding. Now we're just getting a better version with more things to do and more things to either give you headaches about. Finding little flaws. Like, I haven't seen anything. Like, the main thing for me was at the start of the race having the fucking leaderboard in the way. That was the only thing that pissed me off about the game, and now it's gone. So
yeah. There's a couple like I don't know if you guys have watched the Mo knows his streams.
Yeah, we were watching it earlier. Yeah,
he's a great caller. He was in the Discord earlier, and we were calling races back and forth, and you know, I had made a change late, like maybe 2 weeks ago, where in the final 100 meters the UI just fades off entirely. Just in real life, that's what they always do, and then they never pay it off. That's what drives me nuts about real life races is you have to sit there and wait. Like, did the 2 fucking win or not?
Yeah.
And they're just like, and I know why they can't. You know, they're like trying to make sure, who did it? Was there an inquiry? Was this? They don't show the replay. It takes forever. So, you're like, just fucking show it again.
Let me give you a little inside run on why it takes so long. Because I remember us talking about that last time. When the horses cross the wire, if there is no obvious penalty in the race, like, if you'll see one, they'll put the inquiry sign up right away. They have to wait. So I got this from my father. My father was an outrider. He was one of the guys that stood on the track, wore the red coats, and if a horse got loose, his job was to track it down and catch it. Mm-hmm. They have more than that. They all have walkies. So after the race, when horses finish the cross the line and pull up a little bit, there's an outrider on the opposite side. That outrider has to wait until all the jockeys come up, because if a jockey has a claim, they have to go. They want to claim a foul. They have to say something to him. Mm-hmm. So until they get the word that it's clear, you don't get shit. And also, if it's like a photo finish, they're just up there trying to figure out how close it was.
Yeah, but so similarly, like just looking about every other sport, like there are now replays on everything in every sport. It takes forever. It slows down everything, but they show it over and over and over again. They don't do that in horse racing. It's like, just let me see them cross and show me that angle over and over and over again, please. And they don't. So anyway, all that long story short, I changed it to be more like real life. I popped the 1, 2, 3 as soon as they cross to pay it off, because I thought, that's a big advantage we have over real life. We can just tell you. And then Mo was just like, dude, I can't see who it is in the final furlong. I can't call it. So anyway, that's similar to you, Dobo. I can't see who's leaving the gate. I can't see how it's going. So that's one of those
visuals. Those to me seem
I'll fix that probably tonight.
The first race I did it stressed me out tonight. And then once I knew it was coming, I have a really bad memory, so I'm probably going to scream some random names that may not even be involved in the race I'm currently calling. But I think it can lead to some really funny moments in these races.
When it first starts too, the horses' names aren't on the board. It's the owner's stable first.
Yeah.
And that's
that's one that I would love. That's one I would love. It gets me all the time. It gets me all the time.
I need to fix that too. It's the timing. I mean, it was one of those things. It's like, we just sort of added that because you couldn't tell, like, is that, Commish? Whose horses was that? And it's just the timing is,
Ooh,
a little bit weird. Ooh, look at this one.
This finish is nice.
A lot of them.
Nice.
Look at this black one.
Hold on. Welcome to HRM. Cleopatra.
And the one also had a 6-pound weight tax in addition to that. So
sheesh.
That was kind of nice. Yeah, I'm liking everything that we're seeing so far. This has been dope.
Let's see what the next race is. I think I threw some pennies on the next race.
That is also
I'll pump up the music for the next race.
Which one are you looking at? The cattle allowance?
Yeah, the cattle allowance. 11
Slap.
furlong. Ooh, another 4-horse long race. I love it.
This is also a filly only race, I believe. Yep. Age
an S versus A pluses and A's. Okay.
Luke, you see at the top where it's next to allowance where it says requirements or REQS. Yeah. Click on that. And this is the condition of the race.
Has to be a female, has to be 2.
Yeah, this is where we get a little bit out there. Yeah.
I mean, this is what people need to see this too. So it's like I like doing this because we're just live demoing the game. So like anything we can click on and see that'll help people. I mean, not everyone's gonna go back and watch this, but maybe I'll put a tutorial video out in the future. But yeah, like that's the average person is not gonna understand what that means.
What does 15 out of 14 mean?
So these races, if you scroll up there to the top, see where it says selection style. So if you mouse over that, there's basically 2 types: first come, first serve.
Wow. Okay.
We let them. That's another race type thing because we were having these big races, and it would basically be whoever's just on their computer at the right time.
I like that. That's cool. That's really cool.
It's just in essence a committee. We call it a committee. It's just AI that picks who gets in, and so we can allow 500 horses could try to enter, and there's always problems with it. Of course, we're trying to figure out the best way of because you typically have to sort of choose well in advance, and then it's like, oh shit, should I race him today with the chance that he might get in tomorrow, and then he might be tired, and then if you hold him for 2 days and then he doesn't get in, you kind of wasted the time. So there's things like that we're trying to figure out, are there more elegant ways around that? I mean, it's very much a real life thing, but you can also register for a lot in real life and then just pull them from the ones you didn't get in with a little penalty or whatever it is. So it's just there's ways that we got to get around that.
No, I really appreciate this. I didn't know what it meant, and now that when you I like that, so it's not who's by their computer in the Discord first.
Right.
People got different things going on, and if we are gonna have some of these bigger events, it's super cool if it's hey, 14 in, as many as you want enter, and then right at the end it's going to be a random thing each time of who gets to make it. One for events, it's cool because if you have 200 people sign up, that's 200 eyes that are going to tune in, and they probably don't leave even after they get cut because they want to see the race anyway. So even just from an interest standpoint, I really like it, and for a way for no one to ever be hey, I feel left out because I'm not always on Discord or on social media, but now you have the ability to register these and have the same chance to get chosen for them. And we'll see the Great Lakes handicap right now, 15. So only one person's going to get cut. That's bad luck, but
have y'all worked on the mobile accessibility?
Yeah,
I know that was one of the big gripes for the last thing.
It's still not perfect. Mobile. Yeah, it's still not perfect. There's a couple of things if you need to redeem a ticket, that doesn't work still, but that's just as much a Solana problem as it is the mobile site. But it's made great strides. It's still not done. We were gonna put a little disclaimer out of certain things that we know are wonky, but it is much better. I mean, you can definitely play the game from your phone now. Whether it's perfect, some of the things are a little janky, but before there were a lot of screens that didn't even work at all. So we've tried to hit that one by one. That's been such a headache. Over time, we've hired another engineer to help us just sort of run that because it's just been so much. We break it all the time. We're not testing it enough. So we basically hired someone else to help us kind of finalize it, especially as we start thinking about doing the mobile app, a dedicated app. It's we got to make sure we get this all dialed in. But yeah, it's definitely better. You can watch races now. You can enter races, bid on races. You can do all that.
Important question.
Yeah, I'm excited for this sloppy
4-horse
long race.
Are we on the Ravens or the Saints tonight, boys?
Oh man,
I'm a Steelers fan, brother. You'll never catch me betting on the Ratbirds.
You're a gambling man. You're not a fan of football at all. Are we on the Ravens or the Saints?
Boy, so spreads what?
2.
Okay.
Ravens getting 2.
Ravens getting 2.
In a dome, no weather involved. No excuses for poor throws from his part, from Lamar. You know.
Yeah, I'd take the Ravens with points
that's,
there.
That's where I was.
Maybe buy a point.
See, it wasn't -1 earlier today. So
yeah, I see 1.5 on Caesars, but I can't do sports betting in Florida still. It's such a bummer.
Probably move. Probably get out of there. I know there's no taxes down there, but you should probably get out of Florida as soon as you can. You know.
I know there's a hurricane headed my way. Another hurricane headed my way right now, so that'll be here on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It's getting like, what's up with that?
Ridiculous.
They should chill. They should chill for a little.
Right? Yeah.
It's like not like we just got one. It's actually like, yeah, relax.
Climate change. Am I right? Relax. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. You accepted that gamble when you moved to Florida. That's a big gamble. Depending which part,
it's
also.
True, but it's like, come on, back to back. Like a little chill would be nice.
Right. Yeah.
Florida's literally sitting in the middle of the ocean. Like,
my lord, Jane the deer.
Oh yeah, there we go. What is that?
This is one thing we haven't seen?
Dead. Jane the deer dead.
We haven't seen a breakdown yet.
Yeah, I think we tuned those back.
I mean, that's fine.
They were happening a lot, obviously in V1.
There was
trying to
not fear the deer.
Happening a lot.
Yeah, we're trying to not do it on healthy horses as much, you know.
Maui Wowie.
Tired ones and old ones.
With these odds, you would think she would fall back Maui Wowie, but she hasn't.
You get a chance to look at the betting. So the 2's probably going on attack mode now, and the 3's probably making a move.
Yeah, yo, Maui Wowie will not win this race. You have the Zook guarantee it will be caught.
You don't need the Zook.
First by Victor.
Click. Yep, there she goes.
Now by the horse with a bunch of letters.
Look at her heart kicking.
Wait, it's Maui Wowie.
We don't know shit. We don't know shit. The Zook guarantee is never good.
And the Maui Wowie.
Jeez.
Tells Zook a bunch of things that I can't say out loud on stream.
The Zook guarantee.
The Zook guarantee.
Always go against the Zook guarantee. Always bet the other side.
Wow, a second kick from Maui Wowie.
Oh, that's good. That's nice.
I was just checking. I wanted to see the analytics. So right now, we have a wallet, the VIG wallet, right? The one that's taking the wagers in. It's already got 530 grand in it.
25 for me. So
that's the VIG from the races is small. It's that people keep betting on place and show without, and they just get zero and no one takes anything. So that's where I think the majority of it's coming from. But anyway, yeah, people are gamblers. They're kicking it already. They're ripping through 500 grand of derbies already sucked right out of the system.
That's good though. That's good though. That's what you want.
Right. That's the whole point. Just set up the platform and let everyone enjoy it, and then we, get paid to run it. That's it.
9. All right, we got
SoCal
a 9 furlong left dirt.
Will the VIG be used to juice pots when we go live?
Yeah, I hope so. I think that's a perfect use for it when we're in a growth phase. Like, absolutely, like trying to get more people to join special races, free races. That's the whole point. It's not like, well, let's pocket as much early as we can. I mean, when we're in a growth phase, it's definitely like spend the money on marketing. And juicing pots is a great way to do that. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, there is you guys.
YSM was back with G Knee Tappy. In gate 6.
Genie Teppy.
Let us see.
Let us
see in 30 seconds.
What was the SDF Colt, whatever bullshit? Oh god, SLDF Colt G0.
Oh, that's our pal.
Come on, Kamish.
8 for 8. Gate 6 is the one we're watching. We'll take you to the track.
Is this a long race or is this a short?
9.
9
furlongs. All right.
It's a bathroom break race. I want to touch on the D-Gen Derby then as well, if you got some time for that when we get out of this race.
After the bugle call. Yeah. Unnamed stud. Oh, come on, people. 3 unnamed studs. I'm gonna fix that tomorrow too. If you name a horse unnamed stud, when it simulates, I'm gonna name it something stupid.
14 horses.
Yeah, we got full gate.
And there. Off. 14 leave healthy. Some leave a little quicker than the rest. Unnamed Stud, Speedy Step from the stables, Big Brain Stable, and Sundown Stable. A few other well-known also on the leaderboard. Brother Larry, Unnamed Stud 2, carrying 3 extra pounds, and SLDF Colt Go. But as it stood at the beginning, Speedy Step got out first, got out fastest, still in the lead, jockeying back and forth with Brother Larry around this first turn. Brother Larry galloping, looking like he's having fun as he trots around this turn. Lead expands, but now we're down the first stretch. Which horses will come from the outside to match pace with Brother Larry? Will it be Unnamed Stud 1? Will it be Unnamed Stud 2? Will it be Unnamed Stud 3? Will it be Speedy Step or will it be SLDF Colt? But for now, none have paced Brother Larry. Brother Larry still going. Could it be Unnamed Stud 1? Could it be Unnamed Stud 2? Or, ladies and gentlemen, could it be Unnamed Stud 3? Speedy Step.
Zook, your mic is shit.
Is it bad?
It's terrible.
It's just when you speak loud, it cuts out. So if you just keep it chill, you're good.
Is this better?
Go for it. Brother Larry, go for him.
I saw people saying it before that like my connection was in and out.
Yeah, it's not good today.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, bud.
Brother,
I'm gonna go grab my other one.
Who is the?
This is my old
Who's
one.
the chestnut? Oh,
The 8.
Brother Larry. Brother Larry took it.
Sorry, Zook. I didn't mean to be a, we'll call a space, but I didn't mean to be a dick there and cut you off, but
No,
that sounded bad.
You got if it sounds bad, you gotta cut me off.
Yeah.
Just
To
gets
be like that.
Does it sound better now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's at least steady.
I just took the headphones off.
It's always the headphone mic, so I don't understand.
It's like I feel like I might just lose headphones.
Just throw them against the wall and see what happens.
Wait, does this sound fine?
Yeah, you sound
It's just
okay.
me talking into my speaker.
Yeah.
A little echoey, but
I don't have the echo on my side, but I can understand what you're saying.
Chat, do I have echo now?
Not echo, meaning you got
like-
like room tone. You know what I mean? It's not tight. But it's all right.
Listen, when we become professional, Zook, we don't have to worry about this shit.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what I need? I need a mic.
The mic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should probably
Sure,
put the mic
SU7B.
setup that I have back here together that I got last Christmas. It's only gonna be sitting back there a year now. Perfect.
I need one of those that like attaches to the thing that you can like just.
Yeah,
Ooh,
boom.
yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, I need a boom.
Literally sitting in a box behind me because I'm so lazy.
Yeah, I need a boom. Yeah, because these are $30 Turtle Bay PS4 headphones.
Don't give them any screen time. How dare they? How dare they?
I'm gonna jump in this cowboy allowance. It's only got 1 minute left, with 1 horse in it, and see if I can find it.
But yeah, let's
Throw Fibs, Mom.
I don't know how late we had you on for, but yeah, I definitely wanted to touch on the DGen Derby because that seems to be the next big thing coming from y'all, and that's it's looking like a 20 horse field. Looks like.
Yeah,
So
up to 20. Yeah, I mean we support up to 20 now. I don't know how many we're gonna like. There were times where it sure looked like it was gonna be oversubscribed, and then there's now like as you get to kind of brass tacks, some of them were like, well, we don't have funds of the wallet. We don't, so whatever. Different DAOs start to back in and back out. But regardless, yeah, we do have a lot of interest. I think it'll be 20. If not, it'll be quite a lot. And yeah, on Black Friday, so day after Thanksgiving. We're just going to have this DGen race. It'll be, Friday night, 7 o'clock Eastern. We'll do similar to what we did last time. We'll have a stream just like this. Me and Fib will probably have you guys on, come and hang out, and we'll spend, a couple hours doing an undercard where people can jump in and, they'll have to qualify for those races. And then the DGen Derby is just, if you have a community that, even if you're a DAO or if you're not officially a DAO, if you're a community that's full of DGen sports gamblers and you want to buy a horse and enter into this race, there's 10 grand on the line at least. We're hoping that there's actually more, whether that's through sponsorships or whether that's through the wagering pools, if we can get those kind of all coming in. But 10 grand at a minimum on the line for just having a single horse in the race. And it's going to be, I'm going to put a suit on. I'm going to have a mint julep. I'm gonna do the whole thing. It's gonna be a big derby party
with a DGen cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
for PhotoFinish.
The DGen julep, yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm hesitant to say certain words because I know that there is like a hard ban for certain things, which I'm finding out recently. I don't know if you pay attention to the Pat McAfee show, like them paying. They paid the NFL $4 million to use content, and they couldn't call it the NFL.
Oh,
they had to call it the Professional Football League. But now it's
now it's all settled.
Like, it was a big thing last week. Like it was like, why am I paying all this money if I can't say anything? But I know like I said, with certain things in the horse racing world, they have a hold on who can say what. So yeah, I'm always hesitant to use certain words. That's why I waited for the buyer number, because I know it's like, I know no other sport uses that besides horse racing. So it's like, I know it's same, but slightly different. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the DGen Derby. Definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, right now I think we've got probably 7 or 8 that like already are locked in. I think with their horse. 2
announced, I believe.
Yeah, 2 or 3 announced. I'm trying to remember exactly.
T-Stables was the one. What was the dragon one?
It's on. If you go to thedgenderby.com, it's on there. Let's see. Yeah, Boryoku. Those guys.
Boryoku Dragons.
And then Monkey DAO, and they're in, and then the DGen Ape Academy. So that's 4. So yeah, I know there's a few more that are locked, and then just trying to see who else wants in. You know, we kind of get a lot of inbounds. There'll be like a dude with 3 buddies that want to get in. Kind of like, well, probably not. We're just trying to get like people that, part of their community wants to just make a big deal out of it. They want to gamble on it. They want to have a horse in the race. They want, it's like the community, the crypto NFT space has been so abysmal.
Yeah.
The last 6 months, it's like, this is something to look forward to, all align on. It's something to gamble on. Everybody used to gamble on NFT mints, and now those are all kind of dried up and everything's a rug. It's all horrible. So this is a little breath of fresh air, So I hope that it does fill all the way up, and that everyone has a great time, because it should be just a good, hell of a 2-hour, just a big party.
I did notice that you dropped the restrictions for the race entry to keep Zook and myself out of it. So that was good on your part, because you saw what happened tonight.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I didn't even think about that, but yeah, we basically. That was a suggestion from Stens, which I think you guys have had on. It was like, when you look at, I've had words with Stens quite a few. I think I banned him once or twice. And we're cool. He's just like an older brother kind of thing. I don't know what's going on.
That's funny.
But yeah, the when we looked at the market, as he was bringing up, is like there really weren't enough S horses available to allow new people to join, and they were really cost prohibitive too. And so we said, all right, let's just do A and below. And so if somebody wants to get in, they don't have to convince their DAO to drop, 200 SOL or whatever to get one. They could just get an A and it'll still be fun. It's a DGen Derby.
Yeah, I do like.
It's not the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, I do enjoy that it is A+ and below.
But you guys got to get one. Is Knights of DGen doesn't have one? You guys have got an 8.
I think the Knights do.
We don't air dirty laundry in public. Okay. We keep our laundry behind the scenes.
Yeah, we like people to know that we're S. We're S.
Yeah, you're above that.
I did make some moves, and I'm just waiting for some things to be announced before saying stuff. So
that's right.
There has been some moves made, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm hoping that it's a 20 horse field, because that's. I mean, the only other 20 horse field race that has been shown was the advertisement for the Derby, right? The simulation.
Yeah. We've never run it on a sim like that, and as far as I know, no other game has ever even come close to that. So it's pretty exciting to have that.
If you can answer this. If you can't, I understand. Did they ask you, or did you guys did you turn off injuries for that simulation race?
Oh, the NBC one?
Yeah.
Oh no, we never would put an injury in those. That's always a combination of they want certain horse. It's very much like when we did Madden simulations. You want a certain thing to happen. So we've done straightforward pure sim. We put in the attributes of how we see them, and we just let it go. The majority of the time, Randy and those guys will say, hey, we want these 4 to be at the end like this, and so we just do it that way.
Yeah, Mo, that is like the NFT is
Oh,
like
no.
the 3-letter word that people are staying
Yeah.
away from, but that is going to be the hard part when you're trying to onboard people. Like I don't tell
Virtual horse racing.
Yeah, Zook and I have both been on record about it. Like we don't talk about NFTs with people outside of like streams because they just don't get it. And if you're trying to convince someone, it's like just trust me or don't trust me.
I think I had an epiphany when I was in the shower actually yesterday or the night before.
Tell us more.
I will. And I was thinking about this exact thing, and I was like, yeah, I think there's gonna be a way, and I'm not sure how it's gonna be done, but like people are gonna be easily able to get horses from a game like this without even having to hear the word crypto, see the word NFT, because there's either gonna be different platforms that at first they offer the service, and then what happens is sites like yours just integrate whatever they do into yours, so people can legit just pop on and buy a horse with whatever they want, not even realizing that they own it on the blockchain, but they'll just tell people, oh, I own a virtual horse, not even knowing what it means. And then that's when the real big kind of boom will start, because at this point it's really not like no one that watches this that would be interested in buying something like this would now say no. It's okay, how do I do it? You got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. And they're like, okay, now you might have lost me a bit.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, every time we talked about it with people outside of like crypto investors, you know, and you're like, well, the horses are actually NFTs. And they're like, what's an NFT? Non-fungible token. It's like the dumbest, you know.
Yeah.
What's fungible mean? You know, like a couple guys on the team were like, oh, these are non-fungible. You know, it's like, it's just, then you have to explain what fungible means. It's like such a stupid thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I totally agree. Yeah, I'm so glad Reddit just did what they did, because now everyone gets it. Like, this is how you onboard people, is you hide this like nerdy fungible and fucking seed phrases. Like, I mean, it's like, it's ridiculous. Like no one normal would ever. You could never get your mom to get in and set up a seed phrase wallet. You know.
Why the fuck are there random families standing on the infield?
What were there?
Can you go back a couple seconds after it finished? Right, like next to the tote board, like there's just random families of like 4 and 5 people.
VIP. They bought an NFT.
Okay. So there's right. I mean, that's a camera guy. I think.
That's utility.
On the other side, it's like 5 people standing grouped together, like small children.
Kids.
I like it.
They snuck in.
I'll get the replay.
But yeah, like that's the biggest sell is like when you say the word, like when you say the 3 letters, it's like people are like, no, I'm off this. I'm off this. But now, like with Reddit doing it, DraftKings has their own like profile picture line that gains you utility into certain tournaments and XYZ.
Oh, like, yo.
There they are.
Yeah.
It's like VIP, dude, just hiding behind a tree.
And then right when people out on dates.
They swam up, dude. They swam up on their kayak. They were on like a little, swan boat.
Do these people belong? This security breach?
It might be.
Are these your virtual people?
They're pictures of me and my wife. I snuck them in. It's an Easter egg. No,
there's some
clearly
down there.
We'll
go a little further down. There's another set of them, but yeah, that's
funny.
That's a good one.
That's
funny how many times we watch these things and you just don't.
That stands in the grass, you know.
Yeah, right. There's 2 more. There's another family right there.
Yeah, dude. That's a Zapruder film. We found Stens.
Was that the race that we bet on, Zook, or is it coming up next? The Big Bend. 40 seconds. That one has like almost 200,000 in the pool.
Whoa, really? Which one? It's already off though?
No, it's going off in 30 seconds. The Big Bend allowance.
But that betting window's closed. Damn, too bad.
There's 136,000 on one horse.
Oh boy.
I think Stens did that.
And then I'm part of it, but not that much of it. And then there's the 2 horse has 14,000 in the show pool.
The horses with the 3 is clearly shots fired at me. Mare for Ian to mount. I mean, that's pretty harsh from Solonot over there.
Sten showed. Well, isn't Solonot the Morse code?
Yeah, the commission. I guess he's firing back at me for making fun of his name. Now that's what he responds with. We'll see who's gonna get the last laugh.
This is what happens now.
We will see. Don't mess with the guy that can change your horse's name. Yeah, all right. So
when we get over with this race, we'll go through it on the next thing.
I'm gonna
It's
stay
Paramedian
quieter.
style.
Is my mic good now?
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's go. Unnamed mare, mare for Ian to mount, and she's all that. Those are the top 4, a bunch of A's, some A minuses, and 2 A pluses in this field of 5. The first unnamed mare, 100X dog, turns right the quickest.
There is one.
Okay, that's good because that's an unnamed mare too. So now no double names. Unnamed mare 1 over mare for Ian to mount, followed by she's all that, then gin and juice. Round and round we turn, and as we approach the second roundabout, mare for Ian to mount gets excited. Must see Ian in the crowd and starts running at a little bit of a faster pace. Can this mare find her name, Ian, so he can mount her? Will unnamed mare spoil the show and not allow for those types of theatrics to happen here tonight? Mare for Ian to mount separates a little bit further from the pack. Will it be enough? Unnamed mare, she's all that gin and juice, still in the race. As we go, another right turn begins, and unnamed mare is going to be the one, if any, to push mare for Ian to mount for that winner's spot. Ian's sweating. Ian's not sure what he's supposed to do if this horse wins this race here on stream. Can any of these horses catch mounted Ian?
Here she goes.
Unnamed mare's first. Gin and juice is second. The juice is on the loose with a little sprinkle of gin, and bang! Gin and juice takes it from SoCal Stables. Mare for Ian to mount isn't going to get lucky tonight. Ian, I'll stop there actually.
See, that was a nice close too. That was a nice close. That was a good race.
Yeah, that looked pretty good. Maybe, I mean, again, I think my only flaw, of course, I'm usually my own worst critic, but they just pulled too far. That's really it. I think the movement is great at the end, but like you can watch a 5 and 6 furlong race and there'll be a horse that takes 15, 20 length lead at the beginning. It's like, come on, it's just too much. And then lose. So, but it's so much more fun than last
like this is
V1.
I'm having fun call it. Like it's
so much more fun to call. Yeah.
I like that it's difficult to call. Like I can't fall into like this horse is going at this pace, so this distance away, I know how this race is going to end. Like the second I stop paying attention to a horse because I think it's out, I look stupid because then it comes back and it's like, oh, I haven't named that one yet. So like you literally have to just be naming them over and over because they can move and no, it's
like if you watch that video of the Derby, this year's Derby, where Colmus or whatever almost missed strike, and everyone's just sort of like, man, I can't believe he blew this call. And it's like if you watch him in the booth, he's just like, what the hell? He's got these giant binoculars. He's like, wait a minute, is that? And that's how it is. It's impossible. It's moving so fast. I'm sure from up there they all look identical. You can't barely see a blanket, that far away. And he's just like, so yeah. I try to watch the little moving grid with the numbers because then at least you can kind of see them like speeding up a little bit faster. But when I try to call our races when we race in the mornings, it's always fun. But yeah, it's a challenge. So it's a whole skill.
The Treasury cleaned up on that one. Y'all just got 300,000 essentially.
All right, let me see how many people are.
Let me read the three horse had 135 to win, 135K in the win pool.
The Treasury.
Well, but somebody had the other win side, right? I mean,
yeah, they had 1,000 to win. 50.
Okay, I was gonna stop after.
Okay, well then they cleaned out.
Yeah, go run through the wagering. Just
of course,
chat, and then we can do what we gotta do from there. Yeah,
I gotta wait. That one's about to close. So Windy City will have 10 minutes once Windy City closes here in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Windy City. Oh, there's only one horse. Mother.
Well, maybe not. Maybe we can just show the rundown on that race and then watch this race, and it can be our closing show. So
yeah.
Now that I know that there's a wager
on the track button, there.
Yeah. Now I know there's a wager button. It's a lot easier. But at what time does it go away? How many minutes does it vanish?
There's 10, yeah. It's a little, again, one of those things
odds kind of, right?
tuned in.
When we were getting them.
Yeah, you basically the entries close, and everybody's got to get their horses in, and then the betting window opens. And once the betting window opens is when we reveal the track conditions, so you can see is it yielding or fast or whatever. That helps the bettors make that decision. And then you got 10 minutes there, and then once it's closed the betting side, that's when we kick it off to the server and all this. And so it's usually another 5 or 10, I think, after the betting window closes for it to run.
So these are the last. We'll call these two. We'll call the Cowboy Alliance, the O'Hare Club Stakes. I was gonna end it with the Cowboy Alliance, but then I clicked on the O'Hare, and there are some stables in here that we can watch. We got Drake, we got Soulmate, we got Smup coming over from VBA, we got King Sport, we got Giggity, we got Mick Dow Stables. A lot of them adding 4 pounds. What?
Yeah.
Why do they all add 4? Like, what's that?
So scroll up. This is likely what I was saying earlier. I was confused by this, to be honest, too. If you click on Rex, it probably says weight allowance from age. Yeah. So if you're age 2, you're allowed 4 pounds. So they're all 2.
Okay.
Right. And that's sort of the allowance thing here. So if there were 3-year-olds or 5-year-olds or whatever, there would be different weights for those. But since every horse right now is 2, it looks kind of weird. But yeah.
Another 4-horse race. Another 4-horse, but 4 furlongs. So we got short distance, small field.
Mine. Fib's mom is mine.
With the 79.
Yeah, she's
79 score.
Yeah, so if you click on Fib's mom, you can look at, so you can see last race, she ran a 103. Scroll back to Fleet Figures. She ran a 103 mid, 112 late. So she sped up mad at the end. That's her, basically the Fleet Figure is the timing of how fast she was going. And so it averaged to a 79, but that early, so she's just god awful at start, clearly. She was really terrible out of the gate, or maybe she stumbled, I'm not sure. But if you scroll down on that page, you can see this is a graph right now. You can't tell it, but like this shows their performance over time. So you'll see the graph sort of like fill in as they've been racing. And then it's up to you. Of course, right now we're trying to make it a little easier to know, like, oh, well, I was racing on grass. Of course she did poorly. Or I was racing too long. Of course, that was good. Or, you got to do a little bit of that math in your head. We'll make all that a little bit better. But yeah, from that alone, that one single race, now I can see she's a closer. And however long that race was that she ran in, you can look at yours too. Oh, wow, look at that. So that's right, because she went real slow out of the gate.
I was going to say, 4 furlongs, and then you fired back with another 4 furlongs, maybe like a 6 or 7. Because the way it looked like it closed, it needs more ground.
Yeah, we'll test something out. I just threw that one in because I wanted one that was on stream and was left, and we would usually never do a 4 furlong.
You would never.
I wouldn't.
Right.
It's all right though.
I mean, you guys have a bit of advantage, of course. You saw and you were able to dial in her distance, a little bit on the last beta. Now they did change, some of their genetics and stuff changed from V1 to V2. And to be honest, everyone asked me about like what's different and what's not. I don't really know. Like Nierenberg, the systems designer, is the mad scientist behind all of that. But I knew that they changed a little bit. So people that did have a major advantage, you do have to relearn some of it. But I mean, the overall archetype's probably pretty similar.
That's the one thing, like with sharing an account with someone. Obviously, when got the horse going, Zook ran the horse 7 times in one day.
Almost killed it. Yeah.
And then when I got a chance to run it, Zook only wanted to run the horse long. So that's fine. Do that. I would run the horse 6 furlongs, 8 furlongs. It wins at 6 furlongs against lighter fields. So it should win those races in hindsight. But she can scrap. Like, she wants to run, she can run. So I'm not too worried about.
Did you guys breed? Like how many progeny? How many?
We did one, but like we did breed her once, but like something happened with the account. The login wasn't working, so like I just wasn't able to get in and run the horse.
And he never told me. And then when he told me, I had to reset my password.
And then Zook got caught up with VBA, so I was like, we'll wait. And like it was already late into 1.0, and it's like 2.0 is like 3 weeks away. I'm just not even wasting my time. Like I know what I need to know now, so just wait.
Yeah, we collected exactly what we wanted to collect it for V2. That now we feel we could do what we wanted to do through the one that we bred plus all the racing that we did. enough of what we want to do by building it all really around this one horse. Another 4-horse race. A nice purdy track. 4 furlongs, so it'll be quick. Left is law. They'll lean once, and that will be it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, see, you broke slow again. Well, you didn't break slow. It's just that's not your early. She's not.
Yeah, she's a closer. Yeah, she's. So this is gonna be. This is gonna be bad,
right?
probably.
Bibbs mom from 4th to
push.
3rd. Can it go
She's
from
pushing.
2nd to 1st? It has
pushing.
to come fast down the stretch. It's
Here she
pushing
comes.
through both of those horses. Can Bibbs mom hunt down unnamed stud? It's not who.
Yeah.
It's by how much?
I want to see the rest.
Ian's baby Fibs mom takes.
Yeah.
The cowboy allowance.
Very solid.
They're all A pluses. Well, they're all A's rather. Yeah, I think you could probably get her up to like 7 furlongs even still. Like 6 furlongs is probably a wheelhouse. 4 furlongs depending on the speed in the race and the other horses. Like if you're just chasing speed, you're not doing anything. But yeah,
She ran an 82.
Okay.
On that one, so a little bit faster.
What did
Both
Zook? What was
were
his
4.
number? 89 or 86?
84.
I was also an 84.
Yeah.
It wasn't a strong field, so it's probably fine. But yeah, I definitely enjoy having a speed figure to look at, or a fleet
Fleet figure.
Almost.
Listen, dude, I got how many years?
Fleet I got down. I was calling it fleet points.
Yeah,
but
it's gonna take me a little bit to not want to say buyer,
fleet figure
and all that.
You should have it. Fleet
2 F's.
figure.
Yeah. The logo's kind of a double F, you know.
Yeah, fleet figure. Like
Fleet
photo
figure.
finish. Fleet figure.
Fleet
Look at
figure.
that. It's pretty good.
Perfect.
Photo
So
finish.
Oh, we should have done fleet with a PH.
Yeah, that's I was just thinking that was gonna confuse Doughboy.
Fleet figure.
Perfect.
Oh man, well that was good. You guys had some good races. This was awesome.
RVA
we got
wants to know how can the
2 minutes
last
left
place horse
until
get higher figure on the first race than those horses that finished higher?
how
can a last place horse get higher figure? I would need to look at that. I don't.
What race? RVA.
Ask the guy.
Give us the visual that we're supposed to look at. What race were we supposed to look at? Link us or tell us, and I'll try and track it down while Zook has this up. Tito's. Oh, so this the last race that you were just in.
Tito's got an 84 and finished last.
It's a 4-horse race. Like that's the other thing too. Like, if there was more horses, maybe it's not an 84. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Vanilla Rice got 79.
Race history.
I'm gonna have to see because I know.
Tito's got an 84.
I thought it said it's based on the strength of the race as well.
Oh,
and
so
horses running with you.
So I ran. Well, let's see. I guess you got to look. So 79. Oh yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look. That doesn't look right.
That's why we do this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's beta, right? That's what beta means.
Is there a way you can win an 80 race against an 85 race?
I mean, yeah.
I don't know if the math could add up.
Yeah, but the figure is supposed to be your times, compared to, obviously how well they're finishing that section, and then it averages out. But I'm wondering, I guess if it's averaging, then that's the way it could work.
Jesus.
Jeez.
Stop doing that shit.
Jeez, my God. I thought we were getting hacked.
That's crazy.
Okay, so here's a hypothetical. If you did if you did a really low number, short and mid, and then a really strong close, and you won, it's an average of all 3. So those 2 could drop the average down, even though you won. So maybe that's what happened. It was just sort of like.
I think you'd have to actually run the numbers one time.
Yeah, you have to look at that because it's a 3-number average. Then it doesn't mean.
Yeah, the math is definitely there for it to stand up, but I would be interested. Can the math stand up and that horse still win?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Unbelievable.
Lightning Sonic.
The last race for the night?
Last race for the night.
Nice.
This was fun. This was good. I always enjoy having you up here because, like,
Yeah, this was sick. This was
not
easy.
everyone's
This
in the
was
Photo
fun,
Finish Discord. Not everyone's still like acclimated with the game.
Yep, a lot to
like,
learn.
When
Deep.
the leaders come on and they're willing to sit here and shoot the shit and play their game that they're building and answer questions from chat, like, it's always a good thing. So
yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love hanging with you guys for sure. It's nice and chill. No, nobody like grilling. It's just a good time. Just talk about the game.
Ask what I ask, and I accept yes and no as a yes and no. I'm an adult. I know what those words mean. So
6 horses.
Poke and prod for answers.
Rachel, what a name.
10 furlongs. Right, dirt, sloppy, just like Rachel likes it. Followed by Freebie, Lightning Sonic, that favorite. Stalking the first 2, Smup Legend, Giannis, Eleanor, CSR. The nice thing about a 6-horse race is all horses on the leaderboard. Freebie takes the lead in between Sonic and Rachel. Freebie slowly but surely pulling away from Rachel, but not as much from Lightning Sonic. These 3 horses have made it a 3-horse race, and as I say that, Freebie gets passed. First by Rachel, then by Lightning Sonic. Rachel now running faster than the other 5, continues to do so as we approach this right turn. Leading right, Rachel still carries this lead over Lightning Sonic and Freebie. Smup, Eleanor, Giannis need to make a move now if they want to have a chance. We are now approaching our descent into the final stretch. Rachel being hounded by Freebie, who's being hounded by Lightning Sonic. Will anyone from the back make their way towards the front? Doesn't look so. A 3-horse race turning to 2. Will it be Rachel? Will it be Lightning Sonic? Will we have a photo finish here to end the night? And it will be... Bang! Rachel steals it from Lightning Sonic. Smup Legend Shouty comes from the end.
Now, maybe it's just me. Is there a world where you let the slow motion replay play out through the wire instead of just turning the speed? Because like that second place was a photo finish. And once it pulled away, it just went normal speed. You couldn't really see if it was a photo finish. But
we could definitely do that. I think right now it's just first and second only.
It's also just me, also, But I also like to see everyone cross the wire too.
Yeah.
That's like
that was a good one.
On my part. But yeah, that was a good race.
Rachel. So
50 to 1. Yeah, happy to the investors of that. I hope they pay for dinner with that win. Some good odds. But no, this was a good night. Another hour and 40 minutes of doing some virtual horse tomfoolery. A lot more. We showed off like the tip of the iceberg, and I hope people are seeing how much more they can do now as a viewer, not even just worrying about getting their horse in a race. It's a lot less now, log in once a day, put your horse in, log off and check later throughout the day. At any point now, there's really stuff you can do with that fun money. Go into the Discord, see who else is in what races. If anyone wants to, shut up or put their money where their mouth is, there can be a lot of that, which is super fun. That's what we all want. We love competition. We love that side of it. This just gives us more opportunities to use this game to allow us to bring out that competitive side. So it's super fun. But Doughboy, do you think we annoyed him enough tonight and we can let him go?
I mean, he's just fine. Listen, everyone is welcome to leave whenever they want.
I'm not held hostage.
Yeah, you're not held hostage. You came on, you gave us your time. Look, you gave us. I was to understand it was only me an hour, so you gave us more than I was expecting, which is dope. Like I said, anytime we can get the creator of the game on and get some shit answered and have some fun, then I'm for it. And tonight was dope because we got a lot of things uncovered. We got to show off a lot of new features. I mean, betting is the biggest one, I think. I think that was the one a lot of people were looking for. That is going to make our streams a lot more interesting because, like I asked about with handicapping tournaments, now we can technically hold our own handicapping tournament. We just have to, see everyone's starting pool, and go from there. But yeah, there's just from a content side, it's always nice to have multiple angles instead of just one. Yeah, and that was probably the issue with V1. It's just enter, watch your race, and go. Like now, there's a lot more
thing.
Now it's like opening the pro. Like we're not there. We'll get a digital program at some point, but now it's just
Yep.
like opening it up, looking at the stats, looking at now we got these fleet figures, and
there you go.
yeah, I'm here, bud. I'm a professional, you know. And now now there's more juice to it. So I know the Knights they have a stable of I think 3 or 4 horses.
Yeah, I think
So
4.
We should definitely have more content. You know, we have our Zucchina, and I have another horse that I'm managing for someone. So it's like we're gonna have content. So
Yeah, it's gonna be
that's
fun.
the big thing.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
fun. And how's Yusefi working out for you, Mr. Cummings?
He's great, man. What a score.
Yeah.
For people that don't know Ryan, I guess he was I don't know his exact title, but he did a lot of writing for Zed, and I guess was let go, and I was like, yoink.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
an easy
that
one.
was- that was easy.
That's that was a mistake. Everyone knows. So credit for you for picking up that because you can already see the
Excellent free agent signing.
Yeah,
You can already-
exactly.
That was an
yeah
excellent
his
free agent
the
signing.
ROI that you've gotten from him you can already see is great. He's me and Doughboy are very tight with him. So this will be
nice.
very fun. Going forward, just talking all day, not even about the horse racing. Sometimes talking about why his Dolphins suck and my Steelers are actually better than them, regardless of the record and everything else that's
Right.
going on.
Yeah,
But
naturally. Yeah, we just
No,
at
this
the
is good.
same week we hired him and then Reed, who's our new marketing director, and 2 guys that just like have lived and breathed and both been sports journalists kind of in their life, and it's just like, oh man, this is killer. Like every day they're creating new content, new articles, new blogs. They're trying to, they're just like it started to the engine has started. We've really always been a dev team only. And so to now have like marketing and content, and it's just starting to really take shape is really exciting, really fun to see, these little, like how even just today, I'm on Spaces, I'm on here with you guys, just like people organizing this for us and creating content, getting people excited. It's awesome. So yeah,
No, it's
Ryan
fun.
Ryan and Reed, both like super duo that we landed. Yeah. In one week apart. And awesome.
Yeah. The ecosystem's growing for us, but it's growing for the team behind the scenes too. So it's nice that it's all growing together. But what was the exact date of the D-Gen Derby again? November.
It's Black Friday.
Oh, the day
so that's
after Thanksgiving. Is that the 26th or 25th?
I think that's the
25th.
25th.
25 is Friday.
What time does that start?
7 p.m. is the actual race, I believe.
Eastern
Around
Standard.
Eastern, yeah, Florida time.
Okay.
New York time.
Just thinking out loud, not a lot of eyes from 2 to 4 that day. If you know what's
On
going
Black
on
Friday?
at that time. The USA England World Cup game is at 2.
That's on Black Friday?
Well, no
Yeah.
one really cares about U.S.
after
soccer,
that.
so you have nothing to
Oh
worry
no! But that we
Zero
can
to worry
capitalize on that. We can
Yeah.
rally the troops.
Roll
into
right over.
But when they
soccer.
watch U.S. lose
It ends
like
at
losers,
4.
then they can
It
come
ends-
over.
Yeah.
That ends at 4, so legit at 4, hit into
Yeah.
an undercard like right at that moment. Go from 4 to 7. The race will
Yep.
go off at 7, but no, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for that. I know I'm seeing that all over social media, so a lot of people are excited for that. Even
Yeah.
ones like you were saying that might not even be the ones competing in it, but are involved and love the game, have been the
Yeah.
loudest out there being like, I can't wait to watch this. I can't wait to see who gets a horse in this race as more and more of the names are coming in that are going to be taking place in it. They grow bigger and bigger each
Yeah.
time. So yeah, Black Friday, the real race will be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will be something leading up to that.
Yeah.
Not set in stone yet, but there will be something. So look out for that. And, until then we have a few weeks, so I'm sure we'll be doing some more stuff with PhotoFinish between here and now. But as Doughboy said, Ian, it's always great to have you. We love having you on and just talking some virtual horse race.
Right.
And now we will all go to check on this,
If
what
you-
looks like to be a low-scoring 0-0 Monday Night Football game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you're looking to get into the Discord, I did post a Discord link for PhotoFinish here.
Come join.
Chat, thanks a lot for hanging out. Yeah, the betting definitely opens more eyes because not everyone's a horse racing fan. A lot of people are gambling fans. So
Yeah.
Some people just can't have. Some people right now don't have the bankrolls
to buy horses.
to
Yeah.
buy horses that they want to watch,
Or
and
the
are
time to
now going
run
to be able
them.
to get, and are now going to be able to, but like have spent time watching them one, and now can use that education to build a bankroll in another way to then potentially be able to get them down the road when this is in its final form. So it's just
Appreciate
super exciting. It's a third pillar. Going to be
Go
some
on.
fun.
If you are on YouTube, like, subscribe, if you dislike, tell me what you don't like. You know what I mean? I'm always open to criticism, and I'm always open to help the community.
And I'm not, so tell Doughboy.
Duke sucks at responding to any messages. Thank you. I have a long history of horse racing and being involved in it. And if we do a day at the track, just make sure you come with a bankroll that you are prepared to lose or win with. Because any money that walks into the track stays at the track, no matter what.
That's
we
true.
lose, we lose. We accept our loss. But yeah, everyone, thanks for chilling tonight. Appreciate it. Ian, thank you for your time. It was dope. Game looks sick. I'm excited to put some more hours into streaming it. So
oh yeah, awesome.
Definitely thanks.
See you guys soon.
Later. Shit was sick.
Yeah, it was. I told my fiance I'd be done at 8 and be home by 8:30. So
yeah, I said I'd be done at 8 and be eating dinner at 8:30.
Time for me to pay the piper, but
I'll see you on Friday. Oh, no, I'm off Friday.
all right.
So I don't know what's gonna happen with. I don't know. I guess it's gonna be you and Jigga.
Yeah, maybe I'll ask him if I don't have to do it either.
And then, or just pre-record the fucking stupid thing. I hate doing this fucking Zed rundown shit. I tell you that.
Yeah.
I don't like mentioning people's names that don't need their names mentioned.
Yeah, they
But they aren't doing anything to help us. They're just helping the chat. But like we've already done that shit.
All right, I'm getting
right.
ringed out. Oh, yo. I didn't hit end broadcast.
Bozo!